I will now call the July 2nd, 2012 Blue Springs City Council meeting to order. If you would stand, observe a moment of silence, and then I will lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. I'd like to welcome those of you in attendance as well as those that might be watching on Cable TV 7 to tonight's Blue Springs City Council meeting. The next item is a consent agenda. Are there items that need to be pulled? If not, I would accept a motion for approval.
So moved.
Is there a second? Roll call, please.
Councilman Cobell?
Aye.
Councilman Lissy?
Aye.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Bowerman?
Aye.
Carried unanimously.
Next, we have the introduction and reading of Bill 4219.
I introduce it, Your Honor.
Okay.
First reading of Bill Number 4219, an ordinance amending Section 500.010, 500.020, and 500.030E, 500.090, and 500.100 of the Blue Springs Code of Ordinances to adopt international building codes and make exceptions thereto, and to amend the application provisions.
Move the bill be approved on its first reading and proceed with the second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no?
Second reading of Bill Number 4219, an ordinance amending Section 500.010, 500.020, 500.030.E, 500.090, and 500.100 of the Blue Springs Code of Ordinances to adopt international building codes and make exceptions thereto, and to amend the application provisions.
Move the bill be approved on its second reading and assign the appropriate ordinance number.
Is there a second? Second. Discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Lissy?
Aye.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Bowerman?
Aye.
Councilman Cobell?
Aye.
Carried unanimously, giving it ordinance number 4396.
Next, we have introduction and reading of Bill 4220.
I introduce it, Your Honor.
Okay.
First reading of Bill Number 4220, an ordinance approving the final plat for Parkway Estates, PRO, 9th plat, lots 130 through 143, and tract R1.
Move the bill be approved on its first reading and proceed with the second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no?
Second reading of Bill Number 4220, an ordinance approving the final plat for Parkway Estates, PRO, 9th plat, lots 130 through 143, and tract R1.
Move the bill be approved on its second reading and assign the appropriate ordinance
Is there
number.
a second? Second. Discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Bowerman?
Aye.
Councilman Cobell?
Aye.
Councilman Lissy?
Aye.
Carried unanimously, giving it ordinance number 4397.
Next, we have the introduction and reading of Bill 4221.
I introduce it, Your Honor.
First reading of Bill Number 4221, an ordinance approving the final plat for Parkway Estates, PRO, 10th plat, lots 149 through 160, and tract R2.
Move the bill be approved on its first reading and proceed with the second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no?
Nope.
Second reading of Bill Number 4221, an ordinance approving the final plat for Parkway Estates, PRO, 10th plat, lots 149 through 160, and tract R2.
Move the bill be approved on its second reading and assign the appropriate ordinance number.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Bowerman?
Aye.
Councilman Cobell?
Aye.
Councilman Levesey?
Aye.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Carried unanimously, giving it ordinance number 4398.
Next, we have introduction and reading of Bill 4222.
I introduce it, Your Honor.
First reading of Bill Number 4222, an ordinance approving the final plat for Parkway Estates, PRO, 11th plat, lots 167 through 177, and tract R3.
Move the bill be approved on its first reading and proceed with the second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no?
Second reading of Bill Number 4222, an ordinance approving the final plat for Parkway Estates, PRO, 11th plat, lots 167 through 177, and tract R3.
Move the bill be approved on its second reading and assign the appropriate ordinance number.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Bowerman?
Aye.
Councilman Cobell?
Aye.
Councilman Levesey?
Aye.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Carried unanimously, giving it ordinance number 4399.
Next, we have introduction and reading of Bill 4223.
I'll introduce it, Your Honor.
First reading of Bill Number 4223, an ordinance approving the final plat for Parkway Estates, PRO 12th plat, lots 186 through 196, and tract R4.
Move the bill be approved on its first reading and proceed with the second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no?
Second reading of Bill Number 4223, an ordinance approving the final plat for Parkway Estates, PRO 12th plat, lots 186 through 196, and tract R4.
Move the bill be approved on its second reading and assign the appropriate ordinance number.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Councilman Bowerman?
Aye.
Councilman Quabell?
Aye.
Councilman Levesey?
Aye.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carney?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Carried unanimously, giving an ordinance number 4400.
Introduction and reading of Bill 4224.
First reading of Bill Number 4224, an ordinance amending Section 500.030D of the Blue Springs Code of Ordinances to accept equal proof of qualifications as to electrical, mechanical, and plumbing contractors doing work within the city.
Move the bill be approved on its first reading and proceed with the second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no?
Second reading of Bill Number 4224, an ordinance amending Section 500.030D of the Blue Springs Code of Ordinances to accept equal proof of qualifications as to electrical, mechanical, and plumbing contractors doing work within the city.
Move the bill be approved on its second reading and assign the appropriate ordinance
Is
number.
there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Councilman Quabell?
Aye.
Councilman Levesey?
Aye.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Bowerman?
Aye.
Carried unanimously, giving an ordinance number 4401.
That brings us to mayoral announcements. Certainly, I want to remind people that this is the 4th of July week. Wednesday specifically is the 4th of July. And we want to encourage people to be very cautious during this time, you know, with the dry weather that we're having. And we sent a mailing out that most residents should have gotten to say, be legal, think safe, play smart, and keep our city clean. And certainly we will beef up our enforcement of violators. The times are on this flyer that we sent out. And certainly if you still have any questions about it, you can call City Hall. You can go online. I would imagine that we have that posted on our website. If not, we can make sure that we get that there. It is online. Just use common sense. And this is not just for the audience, for those that might be watching or people that you might know. Just be very careful in these conditions with fireworks. Certainly there are people that support it, people that don't support it, but we try to strike a balance in doing this to allow those people that want to celebrate with fireworks to do that. And certainly with the hours, we've tried to take into consideration those people that don't like it. So be cautious. Councilman Fowler?
Yeah, and Your Honor, also want to thanks to CJC for Fire Protection District. They've acknowledged that this is a drier than normal summer, and they're trying to help out by, I guess, being at all the tents. That staff worked that out and negotiated that with them, so they're definitely trying to help out from everything they can too.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there was a meeting Friday night with all the not-for-profits because we also have to balance that because that's their fundraisers. So, Mr. Johnson, would you kind of expound on that?
No, absolutely. We've had a number of inquiries, concerned folks, a number of people across the state. Some communities have actually canceled their fireworks displays. We have very good public safety agencies that help support this community, and we reached out to all the not-for-profit organizations on Friday, this past Friday evening at 6 o'clock. We have 18 licensed or approved tents in Blue Springs, and I believe every one of them had a representative that showed up at this meeting. We also printed, I believe, I'll get the number wrong, but several thousand informational flyers that all of the volunteers working at every tent will be handing out to all of the patrons that visit those tents to help educate them on how to be safe, how to be smart, and how to just use caution during this time. So we also have for our event that the city sponsors on Wednesday, the school district and CJC are working very closely with us to make certain that we have appropriate staff and water supply available in the event that there is something that occurs.
And I believe, Mr. Johnson, that at that meeting Friday afternoon, we had a captain from Prairie Township
That
was
is
also present.
That is correct, because as you know, part of our community is also served by Prairie Township Fire District, and so they were also invited and participated in that educational meeting
Great.
as well.
Great.
Okay, those are the only mayoral announcements. Now, thoughts to ponder. Tonight comes from Dr. Les Olila. And it says, "It's more important to look at your compass than your clock." That brings us to visitors, and I do have one visitor's appearance form. We have Anthony Mitchell. Anthony and I talked on the phone, and he has some brief comments about delivering for America. This has to do with the U.S. Postal Services.
Thank the mayor and the city council for this time. The reason I'm here is to speak about House Bill 2309. As most of us know, the Postal Service is in the red. The Postal Service is mandated to pre-fund their retirees' health benefits 75 years in the future in a 10-year period. This was a mandate by Congress in 2006. What this bill does, it cuts service, eliminates house-to-house delivery, it eliminates Saturday deliveries, and would close local post offices and processing plants, which would in turn cut service as far as next day delivery, 2 to 3 day. It would raise costs to the community. It would affect everybody in this community. And I even seen the flyer you mentioned about that went out to all the community. If they don't have their box on their house and it's got in a neighborhood cluster box, how long is it going to take till they get that? It's all about service. And I would just encourage everybody, the whole community, if they feel like they need to contact the representative to vote no on 2309, I'd appreciate it. And I thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Anthony. Any questions? Seeing none, thank you for coming. That brings us to a motion for executive session.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. And it's to discuss real estate matters. A roll call, please.
Councilman Levesey?
Aye.
Councilman Fowler?
Aye.
Councilman Carter?
Aye.
Councilman Edmondson?
Aye.
Councilman Bauman?
Aye.
Councilman Covell?
Aye.
Carried unanimously.
Okay, we will take a brief recess, and then we'll come back and go into the executive session. And after we do that, I guess after the adjournment, we're going to do the public officials training? Okay. We'll take a couple of minutes to allow our visitors to be dismissed. And I see where Diana's getting here late. And I think her, seeing a done, so welcome out here. Yeah.